Hello everyone. Everything is moving back and forth. This is VJ 32 back in of the daily deck. And, well, for starters, I'm unemployed. Yay. Might just be, it's supposed to be just temporary, week or two, whatever. Apparently they have too many apprentices and not enough journeymen. Go figure, they just got rid of a couple of journeymen, a month ago, whatever. And it's completely ridiculous that they got rid of him. And they felt that I had to be the one to get laid off out of all the apprentices. But whatever. There is some decks to tell you about. First of all, on Kickstarter, I'll run down that a little bit. Bicycle Kill Counts from Collectible Playing Cards. 3 days left. It is funded. If you didn't check it out, go check it out because your next chance to get it will be on Collectible Playing Cards for more money. The Unique Designs Bicycle deck of cards, 4 days left. It's not going to make it unless it has a massive miracle. This is going to be the third time, I believe, it's on Kickstarter and is not getting funded. Hopefully this guy gets the message. Nobody's interested. The Sherlock Holmes Variety Edition reprint, 4 days left. That one is funded. The other one has about 5 days left. That weird Sherlock Holmes Museum deck, which I think might have some issues if they happen to get funded, because Jackson Robinson does have the rights, exclusive rights, that is, to produce any Sherlock Holmes playing cards for the next 5 years from the Arthur Doyle Conan, whatever it is, something like that, estate, which owns Sherlock Holmes. So if they decide to print this deck, if they get funded, they're going to have a big ass letter from Jackson Robinson saying, no, you can't do it. And then there is the Alpha Minimalist decks made in Italy. 4 days left. It's not going to happen unless it has a miracle. New on Kickstarter that I may or may not have told you about. Chess cards from one of my buddies, Trip, George Sykes. Pretty interesting. They got chess pieces on the faces, basically. The back designs kind of look like checkers boards or chess boards, and it's pretty cool. It's not going to be SPC. It's going to be made by Ad Magic, which is a company that printed the Vigils A32 decks. So the quality is okay. I don't know if he's going to have better quality than mine. It might be better quality because it'd have more. Also, reasons why he's going for them is because he's also going to be producing massive chess boards so that you can actually play chess with these cards, just like you can play dominoes with the domino deck. Pretty badass idea in my opinion. And the other thing is there's also going to be poker chips available that also double as checkers pieces. So you can play checkers with the poker chips on this massive board. You can play chess with the cards on the massive board, or you can play poker with the cards and using those chips. Win-win-win, I think. It's an awesome idea. The goal is $30,000. Because of all that, it is pretty high. And I don't know if it's going to get funded because of that and whatnot, but we'll see. I definitely recommend checking it out. It's pretty cool. Definitely not just standard deck of cards. It's definitely nothing to do with steampunk or Cthulhu or zombies or skulls or minimalism or anything we've seen before. It's completely unique and different. And I hope it works out. I think he needs to tap in more to the chess and playing card market, to the older people. Maybe they'll go for it. I don't know. But we'll see. Then there is another deck called the Bicycle 1Z Signs, which is a weird name, unless it's supposed to be 12 signs, but they got it as 1Z. It is a Zodiac themed deck by Aquila, who previously did the Bicycle Dragon Dynasty, which was unsuccessful the first time around. Now he's doing this deck with his daughter. I think it's even worse than the Dragon Dynasty, which a lot of people were not fans of. And I didn't get myself. And it's not going too good. It may get funded in the end, but I don't know. Another deck that's pretty new that I probably didn't tell you about is the Elements by Alien Inc. It's based on the Elements, of course. And it's okay, but I'm not going for it because they refuse to sell to me. They're lost. Then one that you should check out, the Aquila. Aquila is Latin for eagle, and this deck definitely has an eagle and bird theme. I apologize about if there's any glare or any light from the background. It is bright outside now, even though it's cloudy the whole day. Anyways, the Aquila is an awesome deck of cards. Two versions, a white limited one and a white standard one and a brown limited one. The white one will be marked as well, and the brown one is going to have embossing and foil on the top case. These are being produced by the Legends Playing Card Company, so they're involved. That's the first Kickstarter project for Legends playing cards. Cardify.com, which is pretty well known in the card community. You check them out. It's Cardify with a K. Cardify.com. They do interviews and news related to Kickstarter projects and other playing cards, and they're definitely pretty cool. And another group that's involved is a group called Free of Clubs, which I'm not too familiar with. And this deck is designed by A.D. Soriano, who designed the Vijos A32 deck. So two connections to my deck in this video. You got that, and then I forget what the other one was now, but two connections anyways. But these are awesome looking cards. Completely custom. You definitely want to check them out. There's also limited edition numbered ones. You can get 500 numbered ones that come in a collector's box, and they have a holographic seal with numbers on them. 500 of each. Another new deck on Kickstarter is the Sophia Ray playing cards, which is by some guy. I saw these on Instagram a week ago maybe, and it was inspired by his daughter. Apparently that's where the name comes from. However, they got nothing to do with her. They got basically bucks and deers on them, and they're very plain. They look like a Madison Rounders knockoff. Basically, it's black, white borders, and a couple of white bucks on there. A very simple ace of spades. Simple jokers. I think the jokers that have bucks on them kind of look like the back design, except white with black bucks. And I'm guessing all the code cards and number cards are standard because we haven't seen any pictures of them whatsoever. It's not doing good. It's not looking like it's going to get funded, and I think I would cancel my pledge because of obviously monetary issues right now. And then there is another new deck that I may or may not have told you about. It's called the Icon Playing Cards. It's by a fellow YouTuber named Benji Taylor. You might be familiar with him. He's quite well known on YouTube for magic and cardistry, stuff like that. He's coming out with a deck of cards. I believe it's going to be USPC. And it's pretty simple. I think he's trying to customize the code cards just a little bit, but they were standard of some custom jokers and an ace, of course. And the back design is blue, and it's got all sorts of iconic imagery on it. And it's pretty cool. He's going for the magician type person. Unfortunately, most of the time we see decks of cards. I mean, he's about halfway funded right now, but most of the time we see decks of cards from people in the UK like himself. They are usually fairly standard, and they usually don't make it. For instance, the Bicycle Ritual playing cards that are on right now from someone in the UK, they're overpriced, and they're barely funded. And I've seen it time and time again. But he's got a little bit more name recognition and popularity, and people for some reason like it. So whatever. Another new deck of cards is called the Ace Punk playing cards, and it's gonna fail without a doubt. It has absolutely zero images. He's asking people to submit artwork, apparently, something like that, and He's only looking for $1,500. It's steampunk themed, in case you haven't figured it out by the name Ace Punk. And I just don't think it's going to make it. It's just ridiculous. Another new project is the concept cards, which are already funded. These are a fantasy storytelling deck of cards, kind of like the one that was on there previously, the Storytellers. Although this one has a card index in each corner and two corners, so it's usable for cards as well for the most part. No idea what the back design looks like. Not really my cup of tea, so I'm not going for it, but it's kind of interesting. And then there's the Synthesis playing cards, which was a minimalistic deck. It has been cancelled because it was not going to make it. There's been a couple projects cancelled, and there's definitely a few more that should be cancelled because they're going to fail anyway. And coming soon to Kickstarter from Gambler's Warehouse, the Bicycle Occult, which may or may not be using the original versions of the court cards and number cards that they used in the double black deck, because a lot of people were wanting that, and they said they'd be doing it, so this looks like it could be it. So Bicycle Occult looks pretty interesting. I look forward to it. And as I mentioned, a few more decks. Also coming soon to Kickstarter, I believe, or in the near future, the Gothic, which is a Gothic-based decks from Warpunk, who did the Zombie Black and Zombie White decks previously. And these are very similar art-wise, they're just like different colors. Same idea though. And I think they actually tried the Gothics before and it wasn't successful as a USPC deck. This obviously not likely going to be USPC. Outside of Kickstarter, the Blue Crown will soon be releasing a third version of the NOC decks, all 5 original colors, the red, blue, purple, green, and yellow, I believe it is. All of those 5 original colors are going to be back. These ones are not going to be USPC. Big hint was that they said that USPC was too expensive, so that was one of the reasons why they're doing a new version. And secondly, they posted a picture of a box that opens from the side. So definitely looks like it's going to be something from eXpert Playing Card Company or Legends Playing Card Company. And looks kind of interesting. Not sure it's really necessary, but we'll see. Also, Jackson Robinson has been teasing with a picture of a King's Wild Tally-Ho deck of cards, which is supposed to be coming late this year. It looks pretty damn awesome with like blue and yellow circle back. That has been improved quite a bit. It looks really awesome. Also, his buddy Paul Carpenter at Encarded has released his latest deck, Zenith, which was put on a pre-order yesterday on the website. He sold a whole bunch, and he also pre-sold some to members of the United Cardists and Playing Card Forum the day before. He's still got another batch to be put on sale with the remaining decks. There's only 1,000 of these. I'm not sure when that's going to be, or if it's already happened or not. I don't even know. But I haven't seen any word of it happening or any idea when it's going to happen, but it should happen very soon, if it hasn't already. Also, Gambler's Warehouse has put up on pre-sale new Dragonbacks, a yellow Dragonback deck and a green Dragonback deck, and they look pretty awesome. If you like Dragonbacks, definitely add them to the collection. I know I will. I hope to eventually. Unfortunately, they're taking pre-orders via the website. Only $5 each, $4.95 each. Although then you have to add on shipping. It's like $7 shipping US, $14 shipping Canada per deck, which is outrageous. And I hope to find them somewhere else because they only accept PayPal and I can't do PayPal. Also, speaking of Tally-Hos, the Tally-Ho Rose series from Aloy Studio, which is 5 colors of Tally-Ho circle backs, I believe it was, or was it fan backs? I don't remember. Those have been delayed because USPC is severely delayed. So if you're going to print a deck of cards, you might want to think Expert Playing Card Company or Legends Playing Card Company or somebody else, unless you're willing to wait a few months. And note to everyone, like collectible playing cards and Elite Playing Cards and Gambler's Warehouse, especially those ones, even though they probably won't watch this video, give it a freaking rest. I mean, these guys are releasing so many decks that they are compounding and adding to the problems, and then they come out with like four different box designs, one with the same deck, and all of that is just adding to the delays of USPC. So cool it, give it a rest. I mean, we don't need you guys pumping out decks every few weeks. And USPC would certainly appreciate that. And so would other project creators on Kickstarter who are trying to create projects who you are delaying with needless, constant deck releases. And, oh, I forgot to mention the Clipped Wings that was on Kickstarter from Emmanuel Jose. That was funded. Can't wait to get that. And coming soon to Kickstarter, the latest deck from Usai, the Hotcakes, which is a very interesting looking deck. It's coming tomorrow to Kickstarter, so look for that. And Illusionist had a release earlier this week, I don't know if I mentioned, Madison Gamblers and Madison Rounders White Edition. The Rounders is a white edition, very plain white back with two black Madison logos. Some people are calling it a simplified version of the Madison Players. I guess it could be. Apparently they claim it's going to be the last Rounders ever. We've never ever heard that before, have we? I hope they are telling the truth, because enough is enough with the Rounders. If they gotta resort to printing a deck that is just white, a white back with a couple logos on it, it's getting pretty bad. And the Gamblers is a gaff deck for the black Rounders and green dealers that is aimed at card cheating and not actually Magic. So yeah, that's interesting. And that one was like $40. Apparently, oh yeah, I love this part. Illusionist has on their website only $39.95 or whatever, was $79.99 or whatever. It's like it never was $79 because you never sold it before until now. So what's the point of deceiving people and going, oh look, you're saving $30 when that's false? Reality is they're going to be increasing it by $30 eventually later on. Also, speaking of which, Illusionist is preparing finally to launch their rewards store where you can use your recognition points to get stuff, kind of like Theory 11 has been doing for like 3 years now. Finally, Illusionist is getting to the game a little bit late, but better than late than never, I guess. And yeah, anyways, that's what I got. I apologize for the long video. It's been a few days, so I had a lot to talk about. I'll see you next time.